All right, when you hear Jones Dairy Farm, you may think of sausage, bacon, ham, and you'd be right about that.
But did you know that Jones Dairy Farm is a working farm in Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin? It's a sixth-generation family-owned and operated business. Tiffany is there live this morning inside the Jones Market with a very special guest. Hey, Tiff.
Hey, Tiff.
Hi, you guys. That's right. We are here at the Jones Dairy Farm. We're inside the Jones Market, and my very special guest that you're talking about is Philip Jones, who is the president and CEO of that sixth-generation family-owned and operated farm that they were talking about. You guys have been around for 129 years. You actually live on this farm. Is that true?
I do. I live probably 400 yards away.
So tell me this, because I know you, and we'll get into a little bit of your history, because you had to go away and kind of make your own way before coming back to the Jones Dairy Farm. But in you growing up here at the farm, what was your very first memory out here?
Well, in so much as it was a farm, is a farm, picking winter potatoes, or also known as rocks, out of the field so the fields could be tilled is one of the early memories I have.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people who grew up on a farm can relate to those sort of feelings. This was started by your great-granddad, Milo Jones.
Great grandfather.
He's a three-great-grandfather.
He's a three-great. Two greats started the sausage business, but the recipe came from my great-great-great-grandmother. So it really is 6 generations that it's been going on.
It's pretty cool. I think it's neat because when you see the original farmhouse here, I've been in it. When people come out here or they drive by, they can see it. It's on the National Registry. This is an important place in Wisconsin's history.
Very much so. And one of the things that's little known, but Milo the settler is credited with making the first cheese in Wisconsin, which makes sense because he came from Vermont.
Gotcha, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I read that. We were doing some research for a presentation and came across that. So that was very interesting. And we were actually very much a dairy farm until 1986.
It's pretty cool. I didn't know that part of it. I mean, I knew part of the dairy farm history, but not the first cheese. But in terms of you, I mentioned that you had to kind of go away. I want to know a little bit more about you because I think your history is very interesting. You were professionally trained as a chef in Paris.
Correct.
And then you had to go work for 10 years somewhere else in the restaurant industry.
That's correct. And I worked in hotels, clubs all across the country. I actually worked in France for a while. Which was a wonderful experience. But you really, when you have an opportunity to work for a family business, you want to be in the business because you want to be there, not because you have to be there.
When I think that's a neat part of the history of Jones Dairy Farm is how you guys come to be president and CEO. And one of the things we were talking about is this adaptability. You guys have, your 5 basic ingredients in your sausage. You've kept that the same always. But as you've evolved, people ask for different things. We're on these paleo diets and gluten-free diets and all. And you guys have responded to that with no antibiotics, no sugar, no preservatives. That's important to you.
It's very important. And the funny thing is, we've always been that way.
Yeah.
We never changed. So,
right.
So what's popular?
We had to catch up to you.
What's popular today was actually what we've been doing all the way along. And when you think about the original recipe, and we're going to do a recipe later with the roll sausage for stuffing. It's great, but it never had any sugar in it. No sugar is a big deal to a lot of consumers today, and so being able to respond to what consumer trends are, what retailer trends are, is sort of the hallmark of any business that's multi-generational. You've got to be able to keep your customers happy, and that's quality, consistency, and just dependability.
And it's true, and you do all of those things. We're going to learn so much more here at the market, including, like I said, how to carve the perfect ham, how to make that stuffing. You can visit jonesdairyfarm.com for more, but we're going to be sharing recipes and so much here with Philip and the rest of the team out here at the Jones Market. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to stick around. So stay with us. Molly, am I making you hungry yet?
Oh, you know it, Tiff. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see your carve up.